You do 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 do. Do 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 do. You boo 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 doo. Hey, iStar Strider, you have defeated Nubby Earwiggles in the race to be the first one to give 100 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. Just got done taking... Oh, you're number one. Oh man, I'll have to go look and see last month. Oh, wish I'd taken a screenshot. It's easier to get that way. I can do it. I can do it the other way, but I'll do it. I'll get that for you, for people. Let's see, where is that? There's a channel somewhere down there. I think I have a UPS popping on and off. That is not good. Let's see. Do 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 do. Mojito, why is it making that noise? Oh look, Mojito's here today. I'm gonna put him on camera. And then I'll get started. There's an odd sound I'm hearing behind me. There we go. Aloha, Lancel. Just passing a little time here while I wait. Do 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 do. Sorry, it's getting updates from the wife. Hey, Skeggy Media. Oh, I might just do that. But got some... Of course, obviously I've been doing a lot of work on shipping stuff. Yesterday and then today I was taking boxes load after load after. I got it in 3 loads today. So all those boxes that I did yesterday and about a dozen more have been shipped. Let's see. I'm so far behind on my list of to-dos. Got to get a music list together so I have something to listen to. Boo, boo, boo. Yeah, you guys probably can't hear it, but it's making weird noises behind me. Good morning, famines. And just stalling a little bit while I wait for people to show up. It always takes them longer if I don't start at 2 o'clock. Starting early always throws people off. Let's see, set weather override, clear. Do 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 do. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, I still like the idea. Someone had suggested putting the what's on sale today, putting that up, like on Facebook or Twitter or something like that. By the way, we are still locked out of our Twitter account due to the silly way it was set up, where it was not set up with a real phone number. And whoever set it up also did not save right out the the backup password is basically what it is. So we're stuck with trying to get Twitter to give us actual person-to-person support and do something, which is pretty much impossible. It's like trying to get an answer out of Facebook on something, trying to talk to an actual human being at Facebook. I mean, I can because I know people who work at Facebook and they've got offices in town. But normal person trying to get access to them. I'm aware there's a bug with XP stuff that I created a blocker on. I have not checked in to see what the state of it is. Let me go check to see what the state of it is. And that it's basically something is going on weird with the attenuation after you earn like something to the effect of if you earn 2 million, like it's letting get up to 2 million, but it's not decreasing at a proper rate. And so it basically just stays stuck and you don't get, you get blocked. So let me go check to see what the state of that is. Checking my bugs. Again, waiting for the audience to build so I can talk about actual stuff. There's a Maxine in the background. That's done. Let me check. Let's see. Yeah, it's still open. I haven't seen any progress on it. Let me ping Jason. Pardon me, Lord Settleton. Oh, thank you very much, Legion of Myth, for the raid. I did get a few things fixed up. I'm trying to remember exactly what I got. I guess some of it was for things coming in the next release. But I'd been having people tell me about a bug for if you blind somebody and then you shoot them, but only from the front, you get criticals 100% of the time. If you get it from behind, you don't get that. So with blind on them, and some people said it wasn't always, it depended on who you're doing it to. So I tracked that down and got that fixed. That had to do with your damage absorption. Actually, your chance to get a glancing blow is basically what it was, because that reduces your chance to get a glancing blow. And reduces it a lot, and there wasn't a zero check on it, so basically you could have like a negative 150% chance to have a glancing blow. It'd go through and do the math where it adds up everything to see what type of quality of hit you got. That would be negative 150, so it would never do any of the top things. And then the fall through case, that it, like, if none of these other things happen, if you didn't get a miss, a glancing blow, or normal hit, then it fell through to critical. And so basically the odds of getting of any of those things happening was moved off the chart negative if you were shooting them from the front. And so basically it'd fall through all those, miss all the things, not even miss, and then come up with a critical hit, because that was the fall through case. If none of the other instances were true, the miss, the glancing blow, the hit weren't true. And it was only from the front, which is the other one that when I'd heard people tell me that, I was like, you guys are crazy. But that was because you only get that a chance for that if you're shooting them from the front. There's some things like if you from behind or whatever, dodge doesn't apply, and some of these other things don't apply. So anyways, that's what that was. That's fixed. That'll be in the next patch, it should be. But let's see what you guys want. That's interesting. Fallow granite roadway pavers. How about... Oh, and the ferry belt's on sale. Mishikal, the attenuation applies per IP. That is not how it should be working. That should be per account. Per account. There was a change that was made for attenuation because now that there's a shared experience pool, again, which I'm not a fan of, and I regret not pushing harder to get rid of that. That was actually player feedback that somebody on the team took and implemented right away without getting the okay from people on the design side of things. And it's caused a lot of problems. This is one of them. That is, the problem that causes is there were some, again, unscrupulous players, this is why we can't have nice things, who basically were leveling people by, they would go take an account with like 6 characters on it. The attenuation was per character, not per account. And so they would log in to power level them, and then they'd like log one guy out, log the next one in. After they got to their attenuation, log that guy out, log the next one in. It was all just going into their experience pool. So basically they were able to, by again using borderline or really an exploit, they were able to get more experience than other people, and that then becomes the optimal way to do things. So let's see. And I see there's some... looks like there's a thread on it. There's some good information. I think there's already some... Let's see. Oh, yeah, hold on. I'm getting a reply from Lord Settleton. He's going to look at it. I did mark it the highest priority bug, a blocker, which means you're supposed to drop everything you do and go look at that. But I think he has a number of blockers right now. He's continuing to work on the data migration for the lot rights. There's still some work to be done on that. Again, it's one of those things I think most people don't even notice that there's work that still needs to be done on that. It's really more for the serious, like, guild people, and, there's a few of these edge case problems where, like, there's actually somebody they've been playing on their lot or whatever, and somebody who had placed a bunch of stuff on their lot actually passed away in real life, sadly. And, hey, thank you very much, Elrond. I'll answer that in just a second. But anyways, but it left them in a bad place because now they have like these items that they've been using for years that basically were theirs, but the other person owned it under the new system and they couldn't do anything with it except send it away. Elrond, I do not know anything about the rings. Beezus was over here and stayed for most of the packing yesterday, the box packing stuff. We didn't talk about that. We did talk about like mossy handle and some other stuff. Mossy handle being the mossy handle style, the rare component that goes into something. Let's see. Also, 5-stack and 6-stack are equivalent. I can look at that one too. I'll make a JIR on that one for me. I don't think there is one yet. Yes, Lord Subtleton will look at the attenuation. Signed me, R68. All right. Some of these things are obviously going to slip until it's 69 because I'm going to be out of town, and all I am taking with me, we have 2 company laptops and they're both in use. It was either I take the company laptop or Lord Subtleton takes it, so I'm taking a laptop. But it will be one that doesn't have the project on it. So I can remote in for emergencies, but I'm not going to be able to do significant work other than checking up and talking to people and seeing how things are going. Elrond, any feedback from you on the crafting changes? I know most people were happy, but I didn't know if that would also go make the super high-end crafters happy with it. Let's see. Heat isn't resetting properly. Glad you like the empty row-lots. That was one, again, it had been on somebody else for a while, but it's somebody who's always busy and doesn't talk to you guys as much as they do. And I knew that was one that would be important to you guys, just knowing how you play and how you guys do things and run towns and pots and stuff like that. I knew that'd be a big contributor to stuff, events and fun things. So I did that one myself, basically after lockdown, without telling anybody, and snuck it in and said, here it is, get it in the store or make it craftable or whatever. And I think I mentioned it yesterday, but I'll mention it again. That was one that I know there's some people are upset that we charge crowns for it, but like I said, I knew it was going to be like 1,000 crowns or less. I don't even know, what was it, like 9? Did they do $9.99 or 900? Trying to figure out those pricing, the psychological numbers. But anyways, I agree with the reasoning that Star and the other guys had, which is by doing that, it's like there's a huge premium between the difference in what you get for a row lot and what you get for a village lot. And by allowing this for the row lot, it makes row lots nearly as functional as village lots, just a little less space. But most people aren't using more than a couple hundred decos anyways, and it's really not a problem for them. So I could see that kind of they see that as a major upgrade from a row lot, even though it's actually taking away the house. So I didn't argue with them. I think it's probably the right decision, and just glad they kept it at a low price to make it easy to give. So, but let me see, is that in here? Empty. Speaking of which, I'll start off by giving away an empty row lot. Actually, I'll give away 2. Bam, because I haven't started my raffle yet. Why have I not started my raffle yet? Why aren't you guys yelling at me about it? Maybe you are. Hold on. Empty row lot. There. Okay, now. Famines XXR Hardy. You should have gotten a second email today, by the way, XXR Hardy, with the proper address on it. That Which Lurks, Jerakith, and Elwyn Moon. You guys are top 5. Corsevius and Oop of the Vale. Try harder. Let's see. I think the dog's being bothered by the sound too. I heard some people asking about the batchet thing I added. That's great. Why didn't you do this everywhere? And the reason I didn't do it everywhere is, again, because there's some bugs that can come up with it, so I want to make it an option. Cool, glad to hear it, XXRD. Yeah, I did that this morning. I shipped off another dozen boxes this morning. Just some people who came in late. We are actually blocked on doing some of the Ks. That means nothing to you. We're actually blocked on doing some of the remaining high tier pledges, because if you guys remember, a long time ago, Richard did a stream where he did nothing but sign for like 4 hours or 8 hours straight or something like that. Signed all the label stuff. So we went through all those. So I've got a box also that I put together to ship to Richard so he can sign another, I don't know, 800 of those things so I can finish up those last boxes. He signed maps last time he was here. We have plenty of those. We don't have enough of the signature thing. So anyways, we'll be getting to those. And yes, there's still some left. I think there's about 200 and something boxes left, but some of them we're getting down to the point now that we may be very close to realistically done. Most of the ones that are left, there's probably 50 or so that are left that are people who have responded to us in some form. The others are people who, after years of harassing them, harassing meaning sending emails, they've never confirmed or given us an address of any kind, so we just don't have an address. And they're not responsive to anything, so who knows, maybe they died, some of them. I mean, odds are over a couple year period that some of them would actually pass away. We're sorry. Makes me sad. Let's see. Gadra, would you be able to fix something in my house in Brittany Fields? I have a chair stuck on a fountain of frozen waters that I can't get separated. That sounds realistic. Chair stuck in the frozen water. I'll go look at it. There's probably not anything I can do for him right now, but I will look. Oh, hold on. Sorry, responding to work again. This is also my last day of work for where I'll be at a computer 24/7. 4 weeks, so I got to catch up on stuff with those guys. But let's see. I'm gonna go look. Let's see. Hold on. I'm looking at questions. Actually, I'm just looking at the ones that are just coming in right now. Can we make a roll the default for loot? You know what? I'll put up a vote for that. I'll do that right now. I know you guys love voting. Let me put up a vote for that, because I honestly don't know which way you guys would rather have it, but I'd like to have it the way that the majority of the people want it. Do, 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 do. All right, here we go. Use timer. I wonder if that's minutes. I'll put it up for 30 minutes just so I remember. Bam. So 0 to leave it alone, 1 if you think it should be, roll should be the default. I'll let you guys vote. Oh, and I don't know how you vote. How do you vote? Looks like, okay, exclamation mark, vote. All right, well. This is a really close one. All right, then. So, so far it's 32 to 0. 33 to 0. Yeah. Get him. Get him, Jerakith. You're the lone 0 person. Two. We got 2 zeros. Let me go look and see if that's a one variable change. Let's see. Loot rule type, where does that get set? All right, let me find this one. It should be set to roll. Oh. Yeah, it looks like that's being passed down from the server. So I'll have to create a JIRA for it, but I will create a JIRA for that right now. Let me check the final vote here. 38 to 3 right now. The needs of the many. I'm sorry, the 3. Please set value to 1. That will go in for R69. All right, so that'll be in for R69. Are combined artifacts going to be enchantable in the near future? Maybe that's one of the ones we've looked at. It's kind of one of those weird things is you start enchanting them and then you got like, you know, try to combine them and you got like the rare with enchantments on it, and you're combining it with 3 other rares without enchantments, it gets weird and all that jazz. And it also is a way, I guess, you can take really beat up stuff. I guess you can do that anyways, but you can take beat up artifacts and freshen them up, but that's not through enchanting. That's the whole combination method or mechanism. Let's see. Agree with Mishko. Let's see. Can it be possible to assign free attack charging to a keyboard key? That should be possible. There's one of those things, we've looked at allowing mouse remapping, but there's so much context that people don't realize is in the mouse and the mouse control that it's we've talked ourselves out of changing it, like making that stuff assignable, just between like it can do something different if you're in combat or you're not in combat, or if you have free attack or not free attack. Or your targeting method. Like there's all these things where it has like so much context in it that we didn't want to like add one more thing of how to assign things. And so, but we could do one where we allow a button to work the same as a mouse, so that you can actually use a button on the keyboard versus the mouse. One of the changes, just so you guys know, I think the change after playing with it, I think people know archery is OP. I know, shockers. And right now, kind of the the scale tilted a little bit more towards it, because all magic got a bit of a nerf with the warding skills that went in. There's actually ways to defend against it. So basically they lost effective attunement in a lot of cases, at least for PvP. Again, there's also that whole combination of things, of PvP balance versus PvE balance and everything. But anyways, so that made bows, just because that ended up being a little bit of a reverse nerf sort of to all casters, because now people have more ways to defend against casters, only for PvP. But archery is already OP for PvP anyway, so it made that, exaggerated that problem even more. But the thing I was going to be changing on the archery, and it's not just archery, all things, is the charge. Right now the charge tick is pretty much constant. Tick, 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 tick. But I'd planned on slowing it down. I didn't want to rush it into this release, though. That's slowing down the rate at which your free attack charges up. The thing I'm going to experiment with is making the free attack, the more ticks you go up, the longer it takes for each tick. Now, that's one of the things that my initial design for the free attack stuff was, that it was a skill mechanism that you guys could use. That it was basically, if you charge and you get less than a full tick, like 80% of the way to a full tick, you don't get any credit for that tick, and then you end up doing lower DPS than if you just did auto attack. But if you got just over like 0 to plus 30 or 40% of the tick, like that would actually, you do more. So it was actually kind of a timing mechanism that's built into combat and give you a rhythm. Now over time, everyone thought the charging felt too slow. Thought the charging felt too slow, and they weren't doing it, and I continued to lower that until it's at a point where it's really, the timing on it is not there, like in terms of you can get the timing just right. There's no longer that, the skill mechanism, the bar is too high for the skill, and basically people just charge it to max, or they don't charge it at all. Either auto attack or you charge to max. So I think making it so it takes longer to charge up the big ones, so that'll let the archers still have their big hits without nerfing that part of it, but it will lower their DPS a little bit, and it also discourages that type of super powerful one-shot type stuff. Yeah, and so the free attack in archery, again, it's one of those things that it should have a longer cast time than aimed shot or any of the other stuff. And I'm okay with having a 0 focus attack as long as it has some other cost to it. And again, for that one, the cost should be free attack full charge should be something that takes a significant amount of time. It's just one of those things, again, that I think over time, because it didn't feel good, it didn't feel, faster always feels better. The time on that got lowered more and more and more. And I think that's the real problem that needs to be addressed, is that needs to come back a little bit or be non-linear. Chris, nobody, as soon as they know how to charge, uses the archer skills. Well, so that should be. I believe you. I believe you for PvP at least. For PvE, just again, your sometimes convenience is the main factor. Hey, thank you very much. Oh, and I missed Spry One. Thank you very much for the 100 bits, and Taiki Vitray, thank you for the 100 bits, and Elrond again, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Yeah, but I mean, some people are lazy for PvE. I guess it also depends on whether or not you are. It also depends on whether or not you're actually in a situation where you're stressed and working hard to stay alive type stuff. If you're just sitting back, it's pretty easy just to turn on the auto attack, and archery contributes a significant chunk of damage. So I don't want to scale up the other parts. I know that's not what people want to hear, but I do want to reduce. I can't go to the tree, the playstyle that is the absolute best in the game, and instead of bringing it down, bring up all the other skills in that tree so that they will be doing the one that's already OP, and that's basically only adding to the problem. Now you've got two styles of play you can have. That's one that there's got to be some bringing that back down to earth. Again, this release, the peak damage should be down about 6%, I think, 6 or 8%. You guys probably know, because the per tick charge amount bonus that you get, that was reduced by about 6 to 8%. So obviously not huge, but again, I'd plan on getting the second thing in. I will get it in for the next release. That will increase the amount of time it takes to charge, which again continues to bring down the. Did you not understand what I just said? But bring down the overall DPS and at least make an effort to get to the max charge amount. When something is at the very, very top and so powerful that you're one-shotting things, the solution is not to make everything else that powerful. Stop suggesting that. Stop saying bring every other skill up to be as powerful as free attack. That's not the fix. It's broken. There's a number of things that should be more difficult to get that. Again, it's easy mode, so no. Anyways, let me get to and let me do a giveaway here. You guys ready? I'll give you a few seconds here while I check my work email. Anything going on? Boring, boring, boring. Super boring. Let's see. Boring. Nothing going on. Let's see. You guys all done there with the getting in the raffling? All right, let me close. Pick winner. Airborne Stinger. Oh yeah, that's right. I teleported to Godra, but I did not actually fix anything. Oh, there's the chair. Yeah, so the problem here is the chair is completely inside of the fountain. So even though you can see it, there's, the collision for it does not match the visuals because we don't put collision on all that stuff. So let me see if I can give them a hint. mountain collision is blocking chair collision. And yeah, that's just a case where the visuals don't match up exactly with the collision, because obviously that's kind of crazy. Let's see. Oh, it sounds like there's another bug I gotta tell people about. Hold on, let me tell people on the tech channel. Lie down, Mojito. No, you can't get under your pillow, buddy. Let's see, I've got to tell them about a semi-exploit thing. I know, Mojito wants his blanket. Lie down, bud. No, don't get out. Get back in there. The dog might be spoiled. Let's see. All right, let me get to the... Oh, I did the giveaway. Did I figure out who that person was? Oh, Aragorn Lancermane. A Lancermane. Coming right up. Let me take care of that and then I'll do it. And I'm gonna be extra nice to Mojito because he does not handle, just like any dog, he does not handle it when we leave, go on vacation. We have someone coming to stay with him and house sit for us, who will probably spoil him even more, but it still does not make him happy. This is usually when we come back, he ignores me, and then goes and pees on my pillow, which I'm not sure if there's more of a direct message a dog can send, since he can't actually talk, then I'm not happy with you. I'm going to pee, not just anywhere around in the house. I'm going to go to your bed, your pillow, the side of the bed that you're on, and I'm going to pee on your pillow. So, let me get this going. Let's see, Aragorn Lancermane. Let me send that out, and then I'll put up another raffle. Oh, I said I was going to give away 2 of these, so let me do a second drawing. Pick winner, Fopua Gogu. Congratulations. Era. Congrats. Who is Fopua Hogu Gu Wawa? Is it Fopu? Is that... Let me send that one. Is there a Fopu? There's not a Fopu. Oh, there it is. Got it. Gotcha. Let's see. Reset. Oh, it looks like I got some people on there. Some people who need some credits. And boxes. Oh, and that reminds me. So some of these, it looks like probably now I will miss. I won't be able to do this until I get back. But no one else is going to be online streaming until I get back. Actually, they'll be online streaming. They just won't be doing specials. So I'll continue this thing from yesterday. I was thinking of trying to come up with something a little bit sexier. But I'll just continue that from yesterday. There's 7 boxes spoken for now. So I have 13 of those boxes left. So if you want to do the 2-box thing, let me know. We've got use yellow. It stands, man. I'll go with a it does stand out a little better. Hey, and thank you. Thank you. Oh, let's see. Taiki gave me another 100. Oh no, that was the fine. Taiki gave me 1 bit for something. That probably means she had a message for me that I totally missed. Henry Tarling, thank you. And yes, I just sent you some stuff today, Henry Tarling. Were you? I think you might have I might have sent you like 4 boxes or something crazy. But anyways, thank you, Henry Tarling. Let me pick the next raffle. I'll leave the specials up until I figure out what the next raffle is. So you can check out that lovely shade of yellow. Is it easier to read there? Is that helping? Is that good? How about for the next one? You know what, we have some chess sets or something, right? See, I hate these when they have like 12 things to them and I have to send it in multiple emails. Let's do, for this next one, let's do I'll give away a checkers and a chess set. So next one will be checkers and chess set. I'll give one away to the first person, one away to the second person. Bam, open. Go, 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 go. House of Mangar, Famines, XR Hardy, Corsevius, and Vic Cannon. You guys are in the top 5. Congratulations. Hex, underscore, 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 and Griffler. You guys just missed out. Hey, thank you very much, Nargle Snoop. So let's see. I'm trying to think what other stuff I had to talk about today. There's still some exciting news coming soon, but I still can't say anything. Of course, that's going to wait until I'm on my trip and I won't be able to talk to you guys about it, so that's how it'll work. Always. Set game time 10. Let's see. Oh, I know what I was going to do. One of the things I meant to do, I'll get to answering some questions here in a minute because I'm still way behind and I fall further behind every single stream. But I was going to go try to find that creature deco spawner because one and only got that work in this release and I did not do anything with it. So that'll be something fun for next time around. Statue spawn. Okay, got it. Oh yeah. So let me go test this. I'll tell you what, if this works, I'll give away one of these as a prize at the end of the stream. Let me go see if it works first. Onward. Oh, I still have the specials up and it's hideous. All right, let's see. So, assuming this works, should be able to do that, that, and that. For those who don't know, I'll explain this in a minute if it works. I gotta go back outside. I gotta change my dungeon to enable dungeon adventure mode, and then I gotta enter my dungeon. Oh, look at that. What? So anyway, so there, you guys saw that. Again, this is something we got in this release, but it's one of those things, I didn't have time to test it. Yes, now I'm doing it matrix form. I didn't have time to test it or expand on it, and we already had a bunch of things we were adding to the game for this release that seemed like they would be problematic enough, so I left this off. But I'll tell you what, I'll give out a couple statues to people at the end of the stream, and you guys can test it for me. I'll make that one of my final prizes. You guys can test it for me. Maybe I'll give away like a dungeon starter set and the Lich spawners. Let's see what these guys' stats are. So they're level 120 with 3,200 health. So that'll be, they're not insane, but that's pretty tough. Whee. And yes, this is a time scale for those who haven't played around with that before, or had me play around with it in a scene. This is somewhat for parties and for fun stuff, but also it's really handy for debugging so we can see what's going on, because sometimes it's tough to see what happens, you know, what's actually happening at full speed. So anyways, I'll let those guys beat on me for a minute there. Hey Z, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, three thank yous. You guys can watch them perform in slow-mo. Check out their animations. That's the other thing is there's some things, you guys have probably seen me on streams before where I am like looking at the ground or something, and List or Star or somebody will say, stop looking at the thing that is ugly. Oh, thank you, Silver Z. Thank you a second time. Thank you. Thank you. But I'll be looking at something ugly and they'll yell at me. This is kind of animators don't want to ever see their stuff in super slow mode because you can see all the little glitches. Oh, and thank you, Delane, for the raid. How did I totally miss that? Yeah, I knew you were streaming. I got on, and again, I know you guys that's like rule number one for being a good streamer. When I look at those guides, is like have a consistent time you start and finish. But I just couldn't do it today. My schedule's always so crazy. Today especially though, because I haven't even started packing for trip, and I also have not made hotel reservations for our first night on the road. So that would be tomorrow night. So I got to go take care of a few things. Got to help get the dog sitter and house sitter set up. So anyways, I had a bunch of stuff that needed to get done, and so I thought going 1 to 2:30 or so would be better than doing my 2 to 3:30 thing. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool that these liches. So for those who don't know, the design for this was the whole reason to have the dungeon rooms. Have rooms that are set up as like the encounter spaces is so we can rationalize it being fairly exploit free and always being a challenge. Now you can set the pacing of your challenge and other things that make it a little less challenging, have easy places to retreat and those type of things. But if we just had these totally free spawners like this, then while that's cool, it would be super exploitable that you can just go like build a wall around these guys or whatever and put them in a pit. Whatever you want to do to really exploit them and remove all challenge for them. So the creatures that are in rooms give loot, they give experience. These guys have no rewards to them. So these guys don't give experience, and they don't give any loot. So they're really for setting up flair in your dungeon or just for pranking your friends or having fun or whatever. Gotta say, the Lich animations actually hold up pretty well with the slow-mo. That guy's spinning around. Good job, Matt. Anyways, so yes, I'll give these guys away. I'll give away some of those things at the end of the stream. Maybe I'll give away like 3 to a couple of people. It is technically, even though I just gave away prizes, it's technically 2 o'clock and I've been on for an hour, which means I'm supposed to do my second round of prizes. So let me get out of here first. Ah, good. I see Malware Bytes has added us back to the We Hate You list, and we think you're an evil program. I have to go and complain to them about every few months because our lovely trolls go and report us as malware. Good times. Let's see. Again, still got my mannequin hanging out there. Let me go try. I'm trying to think what some good ones are. Let me go load level the fall. I was gonna go do a little testing to check what performance I get out of some different scenes that are mostly static for using my Batchet optimizer. Step 1 is I got to find a scene that doesn't run at 60. Oh, and I may be all alone everywhere because I think I'm running on a patch that is not live yet. Alright, so this one's 60. What's a non-city scene that is got frame rate problems? Hey, thank you. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you again, Z. Thank you again, Elrond, and thank you, iWacko, for the raid. And thank you, for the follow. Got to follow so you can get in on the prizes, but don't have to subscribe, although we like that too. And I know, again, 95% of you know exactly who I am and are not new to the stream, but I'm Chris Spears. I am a developer on Shroud of the Avatar. And I like to get on here and stream, give away prizes, and answer questions. Let's see. Try and see if there's anybody that's given any scenes that do well. Belt of Control patch. That is, I think that's correct. Let me go check to see if that is in here. I'm not sure what's in this one. This one, it hasn't been marked through. But yeah, there's a patch since last night, so this may have been one that was just a quick patch. I'm Lord British, right? I am not Lord British. Is Lord British rules? Lord British rules, if you see that person in Twitch chat, that's Richard. Shep 311, I've been live an hour. I know, I started early today. I'm sorry. But yeah, I am not Lord British. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to find bad frame right here. Let's see. Taming is getting a ton of artifacts. Could there be an artifact tome that greatly increases the elemental pet's effectiveness? Yeah, that's one I need to, I've mentioned that before, that I need to get on the other pets and give the other pets more love. Taming just got the first love, and then it's also had a few extra things added on since then. But yeah, I'll get to some more pet love. I think some of it's better, but again, I've mentioned before, the skeleton is one that is in dire need. The phoenix is in dire need of an overhaul. And I'll try to get a few more of those, some love, in addition to getting them some artifacts. And that could also be one that I just start combining some of those artifacts and making them so they give taming bonuses and they give pet bonuses, so they become even more valuable. Oh, there's a celebrity in here.
Dad?
Yes?
Can I tell you something?
You can. I'm on stream, but you can tell me something.
Can we go somewhere after your stream? Like
Can we go? I've got stuff to do after my stream, I'm afraid. That's why I started my stream early today. Oh, 13:30, not 13:37. What? I appreciate it though. Go for ice cream. Is that what you want? Is ice cream? No? Well, I can figure something out. Our new friend from your school couldn't play tonight. Maybe Mom and you and I can go out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is we just go to a place or something? That's what I'm saying. Go out to Ears.
Maxine, is there some song you want me to sing for you? You want me to sing a Moana song or something?
Yeah.
You want a Moana song?
Yeah.
Which one?
With the thing, you're welcome and thank you.
You're welcome?
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah,
I can do that.
now we said, look and see.
Are you going to sing with me?
No.
No?
Yes.
Okay, here, let's get the song up here. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Let's sing this one here. I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how you feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change. Open your eyes, let's begin. Yes, it's really me, it's Maui. Breathe it in. I know it's a lot, the hair, the bod. When you're staring at a demigod. What can I say except you're welcome? For the tides, the sun, and the sky. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. I'm just an ordinary demiguy. Hey! What has two thumbs and pulled up the sky? When you were waddling yay high, this guy. When the nights got cold, who stole you fire from down below? You're looking at him, yo. Oh, also I lassoed the sun. You're welcome. To stretch the days and bring you fun. Also I harnessed the breeze. You're welcome to fill your sails and shake your trees. All right, that's probably enough. Yeah. If I go too much further than that, like everybody quits and my stream goes to 0 viewers. You did good there, Pumpkin. You knew quite a few of the lyrics. That was good. Let me get off the stream in about 30 minutes, and then I will let you know. She can keep singing. Yeah, she's a singer and a dancer for anyone who's a Facebook friend of mine. As I post videos of her, and she makes her own videos as well that are hilarious. Let's see. Oh yeah, still looking for a scene that was a non-pot that has frame rate problems. What about Hilt? What is that, like Hilt Fortress? Is it a bad one? Of course, I'm asking you guys, and I have like a chart I can pull up that'll show me. You guys want to know? Let me pull up. I haven't done metrics on stream in a while. Let me do that. Your friend has an Italian Greyhound in Austin. There's not that many people there, or in Austin, with Italian Greyhounds. Let's see. That is a chart. I think it's FPS by scene by map. Let me see what this looks like, and then I'll see if I can share it with you guys. Now, sometimes let's see, it looks like Valhold is currently rated as the worst frame rate in the game. Does that sound legit for you guys? And then Hidden Vale Swamp Tier 4. Now, some of these, they're low frame rate, but it's only because like somebody got in there. Oh, I know. There's one thing I got to do here. Hold on. This may change things. We had a bug for a while that it was logging 0 frames per second for a subset of people, and it was throwing off all my metrics. But yes, City Valhold is still listed as the worst. So let me go do that, and then I'll get back to answering some more questions. Wow, I can't believe that it's that bad. That's horrible. I'm gonna look. Yeah, and if you repeatedly ask questions, I may ignore you. Get it in the list, and I do try to answer those. I haven't done too many of them today, but a lot of streams I'm only doing those, so. Let's see. What frame rate in Valhold? 60, 60, 61, 60. Yeah, frame rate in there looks good. I wonder what's up with my chart. Frame rate 111. Alright, let me find a different one. That one doesn't seem legit. Hidden Vale Swamp Tier 4. How about that one? That one's also great. Yeah, I think this chart may need some love. I think something might have broken it when we went back and we reformatted some of our messages. Anyways, if you know of a map that sucks, let me know and I'll go to it and see what we can do. Oh, Arteris, yeah, is the worst. It's a city there. Let me go. I'll go to Arteris and see what that does. Yeah, Arteris has been the bane of my existence for years. Let's see, okay. So one thing is I've got a pretty fast computer. In fact, about as fast as it gets for running our game. It's a Core i9. Is it i9 or i7? i7 9900K. That's overclocked to 5.1 gigahertz on all cores. So I have a very modest video card. I'm running a 2060. But I keep the video card modest and have a fast CPU so I can do the profiling that I need to. Okay, this is not 60 here, that's for sure. I also do have all the settings up on max, so let me go find a place where I can look in one direction. I vaguely remember the South Bridge right down here being like one of the worst spots. I look down that way. So 40s. Okay, so we're pretty much 46 to 48. You guys ready? So take a minute, hopefully it won't disconnect me. Yeah, Arvendel, my Vegas 64 chokes on that bridge. That is not the CPU here, or the GPU here, it is the CPU in this town. And it's just because there are a million objects in this town. I mean, we're talking like 200,000 objects that has to figure out how to get into the render pipeline. So this was, it only got me 4 frames a second here. Again, that's the reason I was asking for a non-city or non-pot to take, to look at, is because it only deals with objects that are not dynamic. I actually do have plans to make one that'll work with dynamic objects, but I've got to do some more work to make that work. So it got me 4 frames per second here, but the only thing this is actually optimizing are things that are not dynamic. So like all the row houses in the lot or in the town, those don't get optimized in any way, shape, or form. Still, I'm running on max frames, max LOD, max shadows, max. Highest settings, and getting 51, 49, 51, 60, 60, 60. A little better. Again, only 10% boost here, but should be more in others. Arvendel, there will never be a time when we come to the end of optimization, sadly. That is, for me, that is I'll go for a period of like 2 or 3 months where I kind of avoid eye contact with optimizations and optimizing things. But it's never really going to be a finished thing. And that's, we've also got, for those who haven't heard me talk on tech stuff before, the big challenges we are running into is Unity for a long time was not threaded. They kind of added some threads that sort of work, but the engine as a whole is not thread safe, so you can't do anything that's actually involved with the engine. When we profile things here, we don't have our cities because, again, some of this is that Lord British Rules guy had a lot of design a lot of challenging design ideas with everything being dynamic and housing all these other things that are crazy. And most games, other games don't have, but they didn't scale well with the engine. So the thing we run into is we're generally CPU bound, and it's mainly in our main rendering thread that is single threaded. We do use the pretty much every graphics optimization, including graphics jobs and other stuff in there. But if you go on profiling and look, it's still there. As for optimize as you code, so there's two problems with that. One, optimizations are the root of all evil, which is one problem. Unnecessary optimizations. But the bigger problem is we did optimize as we code, but because we're a game that is continuing, what things to do in Unity, like, it's always changing. If we're going to keep up with the latest Unity engine versions, then how to optimize and what the right things to do is always changing. And we started on a version that majority of the game code is written on a version that did not really have a good way to thread. So most of the game code is not threaded. And people were like, well, why don't you just turn on threads for it? And when people say that, I just kind of have to give them an evil look and smile and nod. And it's not a flag that you set somewhere to go thread things. A lot of it is the code has to be written around it, has to be written with that idea in mind. And we do, the team is 10 plus years average experience per person for the engineers. We know what we're doing. We've written threaded coding before. But again, so much of the engine is just not threaded. And so some things are being redesigned as we go along. There's some data optimization stuff, the dots stuff. We've actually got a few things moved to dots. Probably do some ECS type stuff to get more threading stuff in there. But it's not an easy thing. And if we stop and spend all of our time on rewriting old systems, then we don't get some of the new systems in. And we also uncover great new instability issues. Oh, that reminds me, I haven't looked at the stability rate for this release to see if it has changed at all. So according to Unity, we have one thing that could be a problem. This may also explain why I never crash as a dev. But Unity points the finger at for our instability issues at our map plugin, which is basically a browser in a Unity window. That's the only native DLL we have. And they claim that's it. I don't think so. But anyways, looks like one in 8 exits is through a crash. Not great. But it hasn't gotten worse this release. That's really what we look for, is just making sure we didn't make things worse. Yeah, and adding a question once per stream is fine, because again, I keep all the questions just for sanity. I copy them all over and keep them. There's a Google Doc that has about 4,000 questions in them that occasionally I'll go through and pull those out. But yeah, add them once per stream, because I do frequently start at the end of the list. Let's see. Check the fall near the liches. All right, let me go look at that. Again, I found not less than 40 frames here. And actually, when you move around, your frame rate will drop. That's generally because you're moving and it's having to update what things you care about and load graphics and geometry and other stuff, which slows things down a little bit. Oh, I think I had 22 right in there, 20 right in there. That was probably something big loading in the distance. And Unity does have threaded loading. We did switch everything over to threaded loading long ago, but it still bogs things down. And we've heard this from multiple projects. Not just us. But again, a lot of it is just the single-threaded nature of the render pipeline. Again, some of this is I'm just having to speculate. But my guess has always been that when we add these new things to the game, even though we're loading them in the background threaded, they still have to get inserted into the rendering system, and that is part of what's dragging things down a little. Again, though, speculation, not 100% sure. Let's see. Can you make controls? Can you make rotate controls 90 degrees? Oh, for deco? I thought there was I thought there was a way to snap them, like already snap it to angles, snap it to stuff. What is going? Oh, I've got the hook hand going on. Look at my flowers. Those flowers are awesome. Hook hand rules, I agree. I'll put away my flowers, though. I'm trying not to make things look too hideous. Oh, I need to give away a prize because I'm coming toward the end of my stream, and I need to give away my last prize before the end of the stream. So I'm going to give a prize, and then I'm just going to answer some questions. This looks like I'm giving away a checkerboard and a chessboard. So let's see. The first one, you guys all raffled up? Raffle up, raffle up, raffle up. Oh yeah, and I'm supposed to, I'll make that my usual rules when I'm getting ready to do the raffle. I'll throw that up there. I'm not sure yellow's the right color on that one. That's a little better. All right, you guys done raffling? Raffle, raffle, raffle. In case you're wondering what the boxes are, we have some boxes here that again, they're a box that I think we expired off the website, as in like quit selling. But I mean, again, I've refused to just destroy them, and that's kind of like, what do you do when you expire something off the website? We can do them as giveaways, which we have actually been doing, but I've given away as stream specials here. But this is what they look like. They actually have a Lord British signature on them, and some of them are numbered. So that's if you buy 2 of the Crown packages. You can get one of those boxes. I'll ship it to you free. If you want a box, I'll ship it to you free unless you're outside the US, and then I'll keep the 3,000 Crown bonus. So I'll still ship it to you free if you're somewhere outside the US, but I'll keep the 3,000 Crown bonus if you're outside the US. And that is also if you want the team to sign it. That was the other thing that came up yesterday, is I will sign it, and I might be able to ship it out today, but if not, it'll take until after I get back, so like 12 days or whatever. But I am on top of shipping. I'm a shipping machine. 3 carloads of boxes today. Turn that guy off. Oh yeah, let's do the raffle thing. Close. And Rosie Brown. Good old Rosie Brown. I don't know who Rosie Brown is. Dog? Who are you, Rosie Brown? Are you Rosie Space Brown? Buzz. And so Rosie, as soon as I figure out your name, just Rosie. All right, and the first one I had up there was the checkers. So let me send you the checkers. Grats to you, Rosie. Whoop, I typed in brats. You can have a giggle when you get that. And then I pick a second winner for the chess. Bedouin. Congratulations, Bedouin. You are not Bedouin in game. Right. Oh, and the reason I'm giving these out is because finally next release, hopefully this data migration stuff will get done in the next day or so. And then finally next release, which is not that far away, we will have you can place stuff down and set it so people can move it, but not take it. Who are you, Bedouin? Oh, and when that's in there, then you can, people can do, here's a cool thing. You can go out and you can have, again, for your pot, you can put down a row lot, put an empty lot down on top of it, and then put out one of those big chess boards on it and set it so anybody in your town, anybody anywhere can play chess on it. And they'll be able to move the pieces but not pick them up. Chaz Silvermoon. Oh, and for those who also were here, and I mentioned I'm a developer on Shroud of the Avatar. Also, apologies, I do sing occasionally. I know. Silver Moon. I think today was acceptable. It wasn't great, but it was, Maxine was involved, so. There you go, Chaz. Congratulations. Audience abuse. Oh, no, that's singing. I call it singing. It's singing no matter how bad it is. That is also, for those who don't know the history of it, that is a carryover that I just do for fun now because I know there's some people who don't like my singing. That would be most people. But we always, in the old days, we used to do shots when people would do stuff for us that was nice. And then we switched from doing shots on stream because we got drunk too much. We switched to dancing and singing to show our appreciation for you and to show that we would do anything for you guys. Let's see. Last giveaway here. Let me reset last time and put up a last thing here. I'm not going to be on too much longer here. I said I was going to go till 2:30, but I'm going to go a little later. Let's see. How about 2 sets of 3? Oh no, I'll do a big grand prize thing. Let me find a dungeon. What's a dungeon? Is that homes, basements, dungeons, basements? I'll do, how about a foyer? Ooh, this will be good. I'll give, how about a minecart 5 entrance dungeon foyer, and then I'll also throw in 3 of the Lich statues. Experimental Lich spawners. Dun dun dun. Open. Now you can raffle away. Mia Sway, Shep 311Z of Silverdale, Famines, Jerikith. Thank you very much. You guys are the top 5. Hex _________. That's what Siri does when you ask her to read something with stuff in it like that. I still think it's funny. And Corsevius, you guys were 6 and 7. Did I buy one of those things? It is the first of the month, and the streaming stuff has not been filled out. If you guys knew how much stuff I had going on that you don't even know about secret stuff, you would understand. But I did not get the stream stuff filled out, so we'll be continuing doing what we're doing, which is if you're one of the people like in the top 10 or 15, just ping me for stuff, and I will hook you up with the prizes. Let's see. Buy, yes, and then I gotta do add item lich statue 3. Bam. For those who don't know, the thing that I try to look at when I say top 5 or whatever is I look at that thing. That's generally what I look at. What? Legion of Myth is ahead of me in total watch time? That's crazy. I must be slacking off. I haven't had many 8-hour streams this release or last release, so not too surprising. But yeah, Legion of Myth and Famine's both ahead of me in watch time. Good job, guys. Good job. Here, Legion. And Legion, Famine's, Strider Green, Delane, you guys hit me up. Oh, man, Taikei's climbing up the charts, too. Taikei, you're in the top 10. You guys are awesome. Yeah, Iwacko. That's good. Mangar. Oh, Mangar's even climbed up to number 11 there. Out of nowhere. Came out of nowhere. RP 37th. Yeah, again, they always say if you want to be the streamer, that you got to pick good times, and you got to pick consistent times, and you got to stream every day. So, Flubba, wonder why the order of raffle is different in chat than it is in the raffle list. Yeah, that's I don't know. I've noticed that as well, though. I don't know how the little bot works. I think it does. Like, it doesn't check constantly. And instead it just like every second or something, it looks for who's in the list. And so they may come in, like all of them come in, but then they get put in a different order. But it's all people that are kind of grouped together. So I haven't looked into what the actual logic is behind it. RP, Zach, I had a good time, but you keep taking it. So my streaming, I'm going to be trying to stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm pushing other team members to stream on Tuesday and Thursday. So you can compete against those guys on that stuff. But yeah, sorry, I've had multiple people tell me like, you get on right when I start streaming, and I'm not consistent. So I know I'm horrible. Let me go answer a few questions. I have not answered nearly enough questions today. I think we can all agree on that. Insuril, any thought of having staff and wands become ranged weapons shooting fireballs or lightning bolts? That's actually for probably 10 or 15 releases. That's what they did. We were having trouble figuring out how to balance it, how to challenge it. So yeah, that's how they were, and I would like to do that again. I would kind of move them to be more of a reinforcing, but sadly I've said it for about 3 or 4 releases in a row that stabs need serious love, and I just haven't had time to get them. Arvindale, are you guys still hiring a web developer? Is that job posting out of date? That's probably out of date. We're always in super thrifty mode, and right now Tassilo has returned to us. He took a sabbatical for a while, but I mean, still kept in touch with us and still would log on and do stuff occasionally. But he's coming back to us, so he's been our web developer for the longest time, and he was a trendsetter in terms of the Office free stuff. For those who don't know, we don't have an office as a company. We had an office until the start of this year, and we basically looked at Austin rents. They were crazy. Everybody wanted 4-year commitments. It seemed insane, and then also traffic is hideous in Austin, and we talked it over and thought we'd be fine going office free, and actually it's been more than fine. Like, everybody on the team has said quality of life is amazing compared to what it was, just the not having to drive, and even more free about PTO and working your hours, but working them on your own schedule. And it hasn't done anything to our productivity for the most part. There's maybe been a little bit, but really not anything too big. I mean, there's a little bit. We lose a little bit just not being in the same room where you can just look over and ask somebody a question. Hold on, I'm checking my email, my work email, see if anything exciting happened. Nothing exciting happened. But yeah, so we don't. Taslow was the guy who was the story I was telling. That was Taslow, our web developer, was the guy who basically was the first one to say, you know what, I really just want to travel and go where I want to go, but I can still work for you fine. We're a tech company. And we trusted him and we let him do it. And I mean, it's been awesome. No problems, no complaints. So then the rest of the office did it. So Taslow is our trend setter for that stuff. Although he's more of a nomad, I'll say. I'm still not sure if gypsy is a derogatory term or not. Racial term or what, but he is a nomad for sure. He has like a kind of a small backpack, just like a school-sized backpack, not even like a big hiking backpack or something. He lives completely out of that. He basically has like 2 pair of pants, 2 shirts, hopefully 2 pair of underwear, some socks, 1 pair of shoes, and his laptop. And then all the basic stuff, but that's it. That's all he owns in the world in terms of stuff. So he's very much a travel where you want to go. He's in Barcelona right now. He's stuck there for a while. He had been moving around all over the place. House of Mangar Theater. Hey Chris, can we get a second ring slot? Yes. I would love to get you guys a second ring slot. That is not that tough to add, and it's one of those things we've been talking about adding for a while. That was one that actually we had in the original design, but Richard wisely but also somewhat unwisely has likes to keep things as simple as possible. And that's, I think, our original stuff. Like, we only had like maybe 4 gear slots in the original version, but we slowly over time have been adding more slots. I snuck in we put in the back slot, and then we put in the necklace slot, and then we put in the belt slot. But yeah, in the original design, we had 2 ring slots because that's what you're supposed to do. It gives you more ways to itemize and more things to get in there. So yes. And Rosie Brown, I will guarantee that episode 2 will not be perfect when it comes out because of just how we develop. Unless we were going to do something like say, hey, we're putting all development on hold and not giving you guys any new content or features, that wouldn't happen. Or, we wouldn't be able to do that. Episode 2 will roll out in chunks. Should have started already, but again, we looked at some things and we realized the best thing for everybody was us taking some steps to improve our new user experience, taking some steps to improve, work on stability a bit, work on performance, and work on refining some new features. So, but episode 2 stuff, again, within the next couple releases, we will have the overland done for it. And that will mean that the player-owned towns, people who want to, can move over there, and then basically they'll start appearing a few scenes at a time, a few scenes per release. And the storyline will start appearing. But again, the storyline is currently blocked by wanting to completely redo our quest system from scratch, which has had some progress, but it is not, the implementation on it isn't anywhere near done. So, oh, hold on, there we go. I did the shake a window, click on a window and shake it. I accidentally did that. I'm sure you guys have done that. It minimizes everything else. So, Hey, new patch just went live. Is the belt of control in now? Let me look and see if it's now been marked off. So it has been marked off, but I can go check and see when this was integrated. So that's changed 195,556. That was the belt change. And if I go look in here, it's submitted. You look at the time lapse revision graph. That's what I'm looking for. So that looks like that was integrated. That was done yesterday at 9 p.m. So yes, the belt should be live now. And I don't know why I'm asking you like. Hold on. I can go add a belt. Belt control. I'll add the common. I'll do the uncommon belt of control. So this one, since this was a completely new item, I actually did something a little different. The only belts, it has a little higher drop rate than other stuff, but it only drops the common ones. Oops. Yep, looks like it was added to my inventory. And there's that one. Again, that's got extra junk in it because it's my dev junk. Hey, good Sinsix. Thank you very much. Thank you for the 1,300 bits. Was that for good luck? It does decrease your genital size. Yes. Also, you know what? It's kind of one of those running jokes that we have in terms of, we try to fix the things that actually negatively impact you. And again, if you look, we always try to fix the things that impact you the most. So this is one of those things where it's lingered for far too long. That when I added the belts, I actually did add the belts, as I mentioned a little while ago. I didn't have a icon for it, and Scotty is always busy doing stuff that's more important. So the belt icon for like a year or two has been that right there. Which you can see is actually, if you look closely, it is actually a coil of rope. Kind of like a belt. I mean, it's just belt rope. But anyway, so that's one of those things. Someday we'll get an actual belt icon. Someday. Let's see. So it seems people wanted me to sing here, but I'll torture you slightly less. Jethro belts. That reminds me. You know what? I'll take your advice right there. I'll do a Jethro Tull song. Yeah. Who doesn't love Jethro Tull? Mute. I gotta figure out what I can actually sing from Jethro Tull. And I don't think I've heard a Jethro Tull song in far, far too long. I used to be a huge Jethro Tull fan. Get Maxine in here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to wrap up the stream here. So I will give you, while I give you the chance to raffle, I'll punish you multiple ways. I'll throw up the horrible yellow colored text on the screen there for my specials to remind you. Sing my song, and then when I'm done, I'll do the final raffle, which is for something really cool, which you will be the only person in game who will have it, and you can probably go and sell it to Tazar for 1 million gold or something like that, or some dungeon fanatic. But I'm going to try to get all those in, get a bunch of those types of deco spawners in for next release. For realsies. Maybe later this release, but again, again, I've got stuff coming up. I got Syndicon coming up, and I've got this trip with Maxine. We'll see if you guys can recognize this one. And again, I have not heard this song probably in a decade. I'm going to sing the entire thing, which anyone who knows the song will start laughing immediately. No, I'm not really going to sing the whole thing. But it is like a Minstrel in the Gallery, one of my favorites. But no, I'm doing Thick as a Brick. For those who don't know, it was a album that came out that Jethro Tull did some weird stuff. And by the way, the artist's name is not actually Jethro Tull. It's Ian Anderson is the lead person in the band, the flute player. Jethro Tull is actually a catfish farmer, which he had a catfish farmer, our Catfish Rising album. And we actually have a community member named Ian Anderson. But anyways, Thick as a Brick was an experimental album where it was like each side of the album was one song like 25 minutes long. So when I say I'm going to sing the whole thing, I'm really just joking. But again, only Jethro Tull fans would get the joke. Raffle up. Really don't mind if you sit this one out. My words but a whisper in deafness, a shout. I may make you feel, but I can't make you think. Your sperm's in the gutter, your love's in the sink. So you ride yourselves over the fields, and you make your animal deals. Wow, this is rough after not hearing this song for like a decade. And your wise men don't know how it feels to be thick as a brick. I think I can do better. Yeah, Maxine just called you. She's mad that I'm singing without her. You want to sing one with me, Pumpkin?
Dad, you said you were going to like 30 minutes.
Sitting on a park bench, eyeing little girls with bad intent. Snot is running down his nose. Greasy fingers. Okay.
Dad, can we go to the goat place or something?
You want to go to the goat place?
Yeah. Can we?
Well, maybe we can. I haven't started packing. Have you packed?
No.
Okay, well, let me take care of this stuff. Give me like 2-3 minutes here to wrap up. No? Okay. As you hear, there's lots of stuff to do going on around here. So I'm going to wrap up the stream. I did stop singing. You can turn back on your audio again. I'm going to wrap up the stream and let me do this last giveaway here. So let me close it up and pick a winner. Stymie LLTS. You, sir, are the magical winner.
The magical winner of what, Dad?
You won a dungeon, and you won 3 statues that spawn undead when he places them, when you go into the dungeon. Let's see, is it Stymie? Oh, you're not just Stymie. What are you? You're not Stymie LLTS, are you? Stymie Savage Fury, I bet. There you are. Yep, I found you. Let's see. Minecart. Here you go for that. And then Lich statue. There you go. Bam. You are the first one. Stymie, I hope you are a dungeon guy and you can test those out for me. Everybody party over at Stymie's dungeon, okay? Grats and go test. There you go. And I'll get those live and also hopefully 5 or 6 other variations so you guys can use those to flare up. So you guys can test those things up. Yes, Snugsy one, the Belt of Control should be out there for you now. And yes, I will get some more artifacts in for the other pet people, not just taming. But I guess anyways, guys, that's it. Let me go find somebody to raid, and then I'm going to call it a day. And I may be, as you guys probably saw a day or so ago, you may have seen, I did a quick test. I can stream from my iPad, so if we have any exciting, crazy exciting news, I will jump on my iPad and talk to you guys on the road. But I won't be able to be in-game staring at a wall or give prizes or any of that stuff, unfortunately. So let me go find who else is out there streaming. So I can go give them a raid. I apparently made somebody's day yesterday. We got a bunch of people here. Let's see, we got 4. We got Bonger, Skeggy. Oh, nope. Crispy Car is AFK, so we'll do 3. There's House of Mangar, Skeggy, and Bonger. Let's see. Roll 3. Roll Tide. 1. You guys are getting Bonger. I know. Yeah, that's right. Hook 'em. Not long until season. I think I saw something saying 1 month to go till the Longhorn season starts. Oh. Yes. Yeah, last year was better. Guys, again, thank you so much. I will be on out of town. Don't worry about Mojito. We have a house sitter who stays with him and takes care of him in the house and all that jazz. So Mojito will be fine. But again, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for all the support. Hopefully we'll have some other news. Oh, I left that hideous special thing up. I'll let this special run until like... I'll let it run until midnight, but I'm not going to be able to send you stuff until I get back. So be patient. I will get you your extra stuff. If I have the energy, I may get up and do it first thing tomorrow morning, but we usually leave pretty early, like 5 o'clock or something. So again, guys, thank you so much, and let's go raid. See you in a week or less.